In my previous video, I looked at a rectangular array where each of the arrays has to be a set size. So in the previous example, each array had 2 elements in it. This time we're looking at a jagged array. So each array doesn't have to be the same size as the next one. So I have code here that declares a 2-dimensional array. It sets up new memory for 3 integer arrays, but it doesn't specify what size the second dimension is. So it doesn't specify what size each of the arrays will actually be. So I have code underneath here to set up each array. Now I haven't set up the third one. So the first one, jagged array square bracket 0 equals new int square brackets. Set up memory for a new int array and put in the values 1, 2, and 3. So that produces that array with 3 elements in it. So the same idea for the second array, jagged array square bracket 1, set up new memory for an integer array and put 4 and 5 in there. So that sets up an array with 2 elements in it and 4 and 5. Now I'm going to do this one the long way. So jagged array square bracket 2, this is my third array, equals new int square bracket. So say I put 4 elements in here. Now that will set up new memory for 4 elements and they will get default values of 0. Now just like go back, before I added that line in, because I set up 3 arrays initially, but I only have code here to set up 2, the third element in the array would actually refer to nothing, no area of memory, or it would be null. So when I go ahead and insert this code, jagged array 2 equals new int square brackets 4. What that will actually do now, it won't refer to no area of memory anymore. It would set up 4 elements in the array and each value or each element will get a default value there of 0. So now to change those zeros, it would be jagged array square bracket, let's just move that out of the way, square bracket 0, square bracket 1. Sorry, I'm on the third array here, so 2. So 2, so I'm on 2, 1. I'm just going to copy this just to make more sense then. So the 4 elements in the array, there will be, 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, and the last one there, 2, 3. And now to put values in there, so I'll just continue with my values above. So 4, 5, 6 will be 6. And the next one there, I'm putting in 7. 7. In the next one, I'll pop in 8. And in the last one there, I'll pop in 9. Now, so that is how to set up, just checking here. So that sets up a 2-dimensional array. There are 3 elements in my array, so basically there will be 3 arrays. And each of those 3 arrays doesn't have a set size. So the first array, jagged array square bracket 0, will have 3 elements in it. The second one, square bracket 1, 2 elements in it. The third one, square bracket 2, is going to have 4 elements in it, and then I need to assign values to each element. So 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, and 2, 3. Now I'm going to use the for each loop this time. Previously in the previous example there I used the regular for loop. So for each. Now for each loop, so what it does is the keyword in, actually it wants me to write it like this, so we'll go with that. So I'm looping through an int array, we'll call that one array, in one array. In my 2-dimensional array is called jagged array instead of curly brackets here. So I'm looping through the jagged array, and basically this loop, one array will be the variable that will refer to the first array, which will contain 1, 2, 3. Then one array will refer to the next element, which will be the array that contains 4, 5, and then it will refer to the third array there. Now I should have updated that when I was populating those, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now, so that outer loop only gives me access to each array, but now I want to get to the actual elements in each array, so I need an inner loop for that. So for each, I can use here int, so single number in, and then the variable as it's suggesting there from the previous for each loop. So I'll just put in my curly brackets here. So this time one array, I said the first time, it refers to the start of this array here with 1, 2, and 3 in it. So the inner loop, as it loops, num will refer to 1, num will refer to 2, num will refer to 3. And I'm just going to print them out here into the, or output them into the text box. Then the outer loop will move from referring to the first array onto the second one, and my inner loop then will start again. Num will refer to 4, num will refer to 5, and again I need to output them here. I'll just pop that in here now. Text output dot text, and we'll do plus equals, and just to output the value there, it's just num. And if I want to put a new line at the end of it there, environment dot new line, environment dot new line. And then the third time around, the outer array there, that will move then the third time around to refer to the third array. The inner loop there, num will refer to 6. I printed it out in the text box. Then num will refer to 7, num will refer to 8, and num will refer to 9. And each time they're printed out there in the text box. Yeah, so just to test that, hit the run button and wait till that loads up. And then all code is behind the button on my form. Now, so there we have the contents there of the two-dimensional array. Now, it doesn't look too good, so I'll just make it look a little bit better. I won't put a new line there. I'll just output that followed by a space. And, okay, a space there. And when that inner loop is finished, then I'm going to add in a new line. Text output dot text. Plus equals to concatenate on, environment.newline, and semicolon, and just to make it look better, even again, I'll just put in a text output.text plus equals, so output from 2D array. Okay, and just put a new line there as well, environment.newline. And so again, just to run that, just to check the contents of it. So what we're really outputting there is on the first line 1, 2, 3, on the next line 4 and 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 9. So again, it's a for each loop, the outer loop that gets access to each array. It's the inner loop that gets access, that gives you access to each element in each array. Now hit run there. And now see, so I've done this before. I think it's converting the int value of each of the elements. I need to put a toString in there and suss out exactly what it's doing. So my num here, I just need to turn that num into a string. So .toString and pop round brackets there. And a final little test on that. Here we go. Output for my 2D array, so that's my first array, the second one, and the third one. Thank you.